Welcome. I'm settling in to life in 2026. What an interesting time to be alive. My goodness. I keep telling people I feel like we're entering the year of Blade Runner. Remember the first one that came out where everything it was raining all the time in LA with toxic rain coming down, people flying around in automated cars and, you know, artificial robots acting like humans. We're kind of in that zone these days. I remember that movie being good, beautiful, aesthetically interesting in some ways, but disconcerting and kind of, dystopic for sure. And as we move into this new year, there is a version of it that we could see as dystopic. I feel that everything that I get bits and pieces of, it doesn't seem to describe a more collaborative future where we're working with our human organism to take care of each other and the earth. We're doing that in pockets. We're definitely doing that in pockets, but not necessarily as a collective. I should say, and I have been feeling in the last several months like we are being invited to feel all of the aspects of our past, maybe even multiple generations before us, that have lived in a way that was suppressive of our creativity and our gifts and our ways of creating that were authentic, not based on having to prove something and effort all the time and resisting difficulty. I can feel in my body that there is a long legacy of resisting things as they are, resisting the world as it is, resisting me, resisting experience that I'm having, not wanting to have a particular experience, resisting it, and then creating a whole cacophony of tension and twistingness inside me. And it builds up over time, and then you get to my age, 58, and you discover that you're uncomfortable because it's so rigid, and all the holding, all that tension, just started to settle in your body. And it's one of the reasons why I don't sit down at the computer and write essays anymore, because when I do, I notice that my body tenses in a way that is uncomfortable. And it's an old habit to be thinking in a more linear way, and now my body aligns around that linearity, and then it becomes rigid. And then I get up from having written something and I'm not happy. It's like I got to go out and move and do something differently, dance and sing. So the practice in 24/7 for me these days is I don't want to live with that kind of tension anymore. It feels like a pretty mediocre way of spending the next 25 years. And to unwind it and to stay unwinded requires me to really be okay with reality, my current reality, what my bank account looks like, what the people around me are acting like, what Trump is doing to Maduro in Venezuela, anything, all of it, that I recognize that it is what is happening, and I may not like it, but it's important that I be with it, accept it. I'm really uncomfortable physically. Can I accept it? Can I be patient? Can I slow down and feel it and then drop in? One of the things I've been doing in the last several years is, I just don't take any more painkillers. I just don't do them. And I look for all the ways that I try to avoid pain in other ways. How much caffeine do I consume? And how many times do I distract myself with XYZ because I'm feeling a feeling coming up or my body hurts and I don't want to feel it? Well, it's still being felt within me. And it's easier to feel in the moment than it is to try to feel it later. And this is moment to moment these days. I don't see any workarounds or any quick fixes anymore. And boy, does it require a kind of patience. And it makes the world's, Fast and Furious 13 quality feel very difficult to mirror. Just because I'm with it, just because I'm with what's happening, this Fast and Furious thing, doesn't mean I need to mirror it. I do need to accept it, though. So I'm not running around 85 miles an hour trying to check off 100 things off my list on any given day, like I used to. And I can see that we are in a bit of a frenzy around that. So can I just accept that that's the pattern that we're in? And that's driving us more these days. Although I think some of us are recognizing the truth of how important it is that we start to shift gears wherever we are. We're not doing it on the interwebs. Digital conditions, as my friend Eric Francis said, would not speak to this. He would say, and it would say that we're going 1,000 miles an hour and speeding up. And AI is speeding everything up. It's like you're like that into the wind. Doesn't mean, though, that we have to go that fast. We're not designed for that. We're not designed for that kind of speed. So much more is available to see and taste and smell and hear when we're moving at a reasonable human pace. Everything gets richer, I've noticed. The taste of my salad, my famous salad dressing. It's better because I'm slow and I'm just enjoying it. So, there's this slow food movement going on, and we all kind of know we need to slow down. But man, old habits die hard. And that fear of something chasing us and getting us, finally catching us by the tail, is strong. So I just wanted to say hello to everyone, the 5 of us that occasionally tune into this micro channel of me singing and talking, to say, welcome to the new year. And this suffering that we're in, because I do believe we're all in some state of suffering at the moment, mental, physical, spiritual, psychological, is shared. It's universal. And knowing that is some kind of balm. And remembering that suffering is the same coin as pleasure or ecstasy. It's the same thing, just on a different side of the coin. Something to remember. Something to remember on the darker days. And they may, in fact, always require each other. Maybe we spent too much time seeking pleasure. I know I have. And spending all the time seeking pleasure meant that I was ignoring the part of pleasure that is about suffering. Because it goes together. It goes with, as Alan Watts would say, goes with. Black goes with white. Dark goes with light. Kind goes with cruel. They're like partners, dance partners. So here's to 2026. Becoming a better dance partner with reality as it seeks to co-create with us. Think about doing that, maybe. That's what I'm doing. Yeah. And in the meantime, out there, wherever you are, be so well. Tend to the things that matter the most. Let the sacred be primary in your life. Consider that a simple goal for the future. And lots of love from me to you. Bye.